All right, so it doesn't matter which IZA tool you are working on, you need to understand the architecture of IZA, identity governance and administration. Okay, so once you understand that flow, it is easy to work in any other IZA tool. So I have worked in multiple IZA tools so far. If I am asked to work in different IZA tool, I will be, cross-checking with my expertise already. As I said, core knowledge is same everywhere. Okay, so remember that. If you understand the core IZA, how the things works, other products, if you go, maybe terminology is different. The flow might be little different, but remaining will be same. Okay, so as I said, our entry point is HR system. Why HR system is the entry point? Because when we attend interviews, or let me say as an employee, we are reporting to HR, right? So it's quite common. All of you are aware of this, that we report to HR, our recruiters, and our details are given to HR system, right? So all your data are there in HR portal. So in this HR portal, we read as a SailPoint or any IZA tool, we connect to HR system. So we read data from HR system. IZA tool, or you can say SailPoint even, right? So once we read this data, so as I said earlier, what do we call reading the data? Technical terminology is
Aggregation.
thank you, thank you. So it's aggregation.
Aggregation.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. So here, so here the process is, of course, as I said, another thing, we need to onboard this application as well, right? So we need to establish the connection between our IZA tool and HR system. That process we call application onboarding. I'll come to that point in a bit. So once we read the data from our HR system to SailPoint, we are going to create we store the data. Once we read the data from HR system, we store the data at our system as well. Store the data at IZA tool. How did you get this data? Data is from HR system. So when we store this data here at our HR system, from HR system to our IZA tool, we create something called, so in HR system, what do we have? Employees. Employee records exist at HR system, right? So when we read the data from HR system to any IZA tool, this employee records, it's not like every time we are going to read the data from HR system whenever we need, not like that. When we read the data, we store it in our system. Okay, when we store that system, so we read the records from HR system and we create an object for each and every employee and we call it as identity. So we create identity object. What is an object? Object means collection of properties. Okay, so object is nothing but collection of properties. Everything is an object. You is an object. I'm also an object. When I really don't know when world started us calling as object, the world has changed completely. So if I take an employee, what are the properties of an employee? First name,
Last name,
last
email,
name, department,
content.
not department, let's say email, your personal mail, your mobile number. So
Group
I
ID.
can, yes, everything, all of them are properties of an employee, right? So you might be, in case if you go ahead with, I can't change the font. Okay. So if you go and start learning any programming language, let's say Java, they say a lot of examples. Like, let's say if you take a dog, what are the properties? What is the weight of the dog? What kind of dog it is? Color of the dog, right? All these are properties. If I take a human being, maybe height, weight, everything, and then those are different things about us, the properties here, first name, last name, department, email, employee ID, mobile number, everything, all those properties. That is an object. So we create an object for the employee record at our IZA tool, and we call it as identity object. In SailPoint world, we call it as identity cube. Identity IQ, they call it as identity cube. Identity security cloud, they are not calling it as. So you might hear as identity cube, nothing but identity object. Cube means many faces. So you might hear as identity cube, nothing but identity object. Okay. So we receive the data from HR system and we store the data at our ICA tool. And for each and every employee, we create an identity object. We store at our system. Okay. So now once we have this data at our ICA, next we need to give access to all the employees out there. Access to all the employees to different business applications. So we have bunch of applications. As I said yesterday, Active Directory. I'm switching into complete technical now. Just focus now for 10-15 minutes. No distractions, no deviations. If you understand this, you know IZA system completely in and out. Okay. So we have applications like Active Directory. In case if you don't know what is Active Directory, hold on to that. You can Google it as well, or you can ask ChatGPT, or you can ask me as well, no problem. Then Office 365 or Microsoft 365 for all Office applications. Or let me write it as Outlook plus Teams so that you understand. Then payroll application, which is very important. Then maybe I'll write as Salesforce application. Something you need access to this application, right? So in order to connect to these applications, we need to connect them, right? And what do we call them? So we need to establish the connection between our IZA tool SailPoint to this application, and even here as well. Everywhere we need to connect to this application. And this process is called as, I told you yesterday, what is that?
Onboarding.
Onboarding
Provision.
application.
Provision.
Onboarding.
Provisioning.
Yes.
Provisioning.
That's writing data to application. So application onboarding. So we need to onboard application, right? So we need to onboard this application into our IZA tool so that these both are known to each other. What is that? If you take your, let's say, a laptop, you need to connect it to a some system. You install driver, right? Or you install a software to connect to that system, right? I don't think
Connector.
true. Yeah, connector. So SailPoint doesn't know this application, right? So it has to connect to that application. Okay, so that process we call as application onboarding. Majority of the work what you do in any IZA or identity security roles is application onboarding. Okay, that's implementation engineer. So there are three type of roles in any IAM or IZA or even entire IAM. We have support, they call implementation engineer, and then developer. So support means someone else will do implementation and development, someone else will do. You will be looking at issues of the user and fixing them, completely supporting the user issues, everything. You get knowledge transition, I mean KT from the teams who does the work. Got it. Implementation engineer who does this work like application onboarding, everything. Developer, while doing these implementations, some development is required. So they will be doing the development as well. What are you going to learn? All of them. Okay, so I recommend everyone to become developer. I'll help you. Nothing is impossible. Developer is like a super, it's kind of like VIP treatment. I'll explain those things with the different scenarios in my career as well. That might be motivating you. And in case if any one of you is scared of, I cannot become developer, I'm scared of coding, I'm here, don't worry about it. I just need your willing, that's it, okay? So that is application onboarding. Now, once this application is connected to SailPoint or IZA tool, we connected. So how we connect to different application, the process we call is application onboarding. Okay, how everything about application onboarding, we will discuss that in coming sessions. Okay, so onboarding Active Directory, onboarding Microsoft 365, onboarding payroll application, onboarding Salesforce as different application, we will learn them, right? Just now I told you, right, before this session, I have created 10-hour session, IZA application onboarding. You can onboard any kind of application in any kind of IZA tool. That's the complete process. Okay, just only once you need to learn every same the process what you follow for Active Directory onboarding, it's same for this application as well. A little bit difference will be there. Let's say that someone learned how to repair a mobile or repair a laptop. They can repair any kind of laptop, right? Maybe a little bit they don't know. Or let's say, for example, cooking. Even if you do not know cooking a different dish, if you know the recipe, you will be able to cook, right? Because you know how to cook. It's not like you learn completely, right? You just need to know the recipe, what kind of ingredients or what is the extra things you need to do. Process is same, right? So same thing here as well. So now you need to ask like how to onboard an application. Yesterday, I think Masid was asking this, how to onboard a mainframe application. It's the same process, but there will be little
Yes.
differences will be there. We need to know them, little differences. Do I know those differences? I really don't remember now what is those differences for onboarding a mainframe. It's an operating system from IBM. Even US federal government still uses mainframe. It's so secure, no one can hack them, right? So there will be little difference will be there. Like example, if you are aware of, I guess even foreigners are aware of, I mean others countries, not India, biryani. Uh, I think you might have heard that there are hundreds of varieties of biryanis are there. Almost same, little differences will be there. The difference, it's not a big deal to know them, right? Do I remember how to onboarding a mainframe application? Yes, I can do that. Do I remember what is the difference between Active Directory and mainframe? I don't remember. Do I need to worry about it? No. But will I be able to onboard if I get a mainframe application? Yes. How? I'll answer that when the time comes. Okay. So I'm not here teaching you how to do some work. I'm teaching you the capability to do any kind of work, even if you don't know about that. Got it? That's where we're supposed to go. I hope you are clear now. It's not about learning how to do a couple of works. It is about building capability to work or to do any kind of work in IZA. Okay. So now going back here, we onboard this application, that process we need to learn, and we will be learning in coming sessions. Now, once this connection is established from our IZA tool to Active Directory, we need to read the data from Active Directory or Microsoft 365. So that reading is called aggregation. And writing is called provision. Yes. Read is aggregation. Write is provision. So first thing what we do when we onboard any application is we read the data from that system, because we need to know, right, what kind of data is existing, right? So now the process is, so we read the data. Let's say that in this application already 100 users are there, or complete an organization has 1,000 employees in their system. So 1,000 employees have Active Directory. Now tomorrow new employee join the organization. They have to create account in Active Directory, right? So that before creating, they have to read the data from the system. If they don't read the data from Active Directory to IZA tool, since they don't know, if we don't have data from Active Directory, we don't know, right, whether we need to create them or modify them. Getting my point? If I don't read the data from Active Directory, now when an employee is asking for some access, do I need to create account in their system in Active Directory, or do I need to modify existing? I don't know. I will come to know only if I read the data from Active Directory. Once I read the data from Active Directory, I will store them in my system as well. Okay, so when I store that the data in my system, when that user is requesting for an additional access, I will check whether this user is having already Active Directory account or not. If they don't have, I have to create. If they have, I need to modify them. Okay, so the data we read from this is a HR system. These are business applications, or we call it as target applications. This we are relaying data from HR system, right, to create identity. So we call it as the HR system. We also call it as authoritative system. Or sometimes you hear it as source of truth. Okay, if you join any project, or if you are new completely, and if they say like, hey, what is the target application, means the application where you need to manage access for your employees. Authoritative system or HR system or source of truth means the data where you are relying to create identities in your system. Got it? So what are the different authoritative or HR system applications that are available in the market is, any examples?
Workday.
Yes, Workday.
PeopleSoft.
Yes,
SuccessFactors.
SuccessFactors.
Fieldglass.
Yes, Fieldglass as well.
ServiceNow.
PeopleSoft. ServiceNow is not a HR, but you can use anything as a HR system. Even Active Directory, some organizations use it as HR system, but actually it's not a HR system.
Yeah,
Workday.
Workday has a delimited files.
Yes. So some
SAP
organization.
Oracle HCM.
SAP HRMS as well, right?
Uses just file based. What is it?
SAP
Mohammed, what you are
HRMS.
telling? Yeah, true. SAP HRMS.
ADP.
ADP. I heard recently Bamboo HR. I mean, there are a couple of HR applications are there in the market, you know. So what these HR applications does, so HR people are recruiters, they will store data in that application, and you pay slips, everything will be there in this system only. Do you want to apply leave? You log into this HR application, request for leave. You want to see how many leaves are there for you? You log into your HR system. You want to download payslip or see the payslips? HR system. Everything. You need to change
Yeah.
your
Can also integrate Oracle HRMS as a source.
yes, you can.
Okay.
As per your organization requirements, which HR application they are using.
Okay. So
Okay.
Workday, SAP HR, Oracle HRMS, these are the common source that we can integrate with SailPoint.
No. I have not. You can integrate anything with SailPoint. What I am telling, common HR applications the world is using in their organizations. Right. So you might, when you go to the project, you hear this quite often. I have worked in SuccessFactors. I have worked with Workday once, PeopleSoft once. Some organization use just database only, right? So any HR application your organization might be using, the common, I mean, mostly used are Workday and SuccessFactors, right? So if I join any project, I'll be asking the first question, what is our HR system? Because that is where SailPoint or any IZIA tool connected and creating identities. This is our source of truth. Got it? So if I join any project, the first question, as I said, I am going to ask, what is our HR system, our HR system? When they hear me speaking or asking questions, they will understand that, hey, this dude is having experience, right? So that is how you're supposed to, talk.
The question is that changes what we did in master job at the UAG? Is that integrated in the jobs? And okay. So I said that.
Yeah, please go on mute. All right. Now we have connected to HR system. We read the data and we created records and we call it as identity. Yes, Manu, you raised your hand.
Yeah, it's okay. I thought you will answer from last one.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, we created identities calling the data from HR system. We same way we read the data from target applications and we create a record for that as well. And what we call that is account. What is mean by account? Your record in target applications. Okay, like Active Directory account, Microsoft 365 account, payroll account. You have account in another business application, mainframe, so mainframe account. That's we call account. What is identity? The data we read from HR system. Okay, it's also account. This is also account, but we create identity from the data coming from HR system. These are also accounts. We read the data and store it in IZIA tool. Okay, so is it clear so far? The technical terminologies you heard now, aggregation and provisioning, I'll explain in a bit, and identity, the representation of employee data from HR system. Account is nothing but the records you have read from target applications. Okay, next. So I mentioned about aggregation, reading the data. So we have read the data from Active Directory. There is an employee who is newly joined employee. They need access to the Active Directory. They need account to be created in Active Directory. That we call provisioning. Reading the data from a application, any business application is aggregation. Provisioning is writing. So now let's say that you have, what can I say? you want to access Netflix or some other any application, Facebook, LinkedIn. So they will try to log in and they say like account doesn't exist. Now you need to create an account for you, right? So you create. As mentioned yesterday, in order to create an account, so as a newly joined employee, let's say on average, if you need these 5 applications, you need that access to these business applications. What do you need to do? You need to access Active Directory application. When you access that application, let's say that it will ask you a web page. Like any application, if you go to, let's say if I go to Netflix, it will ask me to sign up. I'm already there. Let me go to incognito. So it will ask me sign in. If I'm not there, and why it is not asking sign up directly? Yeah, here, see, you can enter email address and then get started. Maybe if you go to any other applications like let's say Facebook, when you click on this, it will ask you to enter, you don't have account. So you have to fill all these details. We call it as web forms. Since this is social media or personal life applications, they don't ask you much data. Initially, they won't ask you much data. Once you create account, then they will be asking you a lot of data, right? So they will be asking a lot of data inside. That data you have to fill, right? It takes time, at least 5 minutes, let's say. So we don't want our employees to spend time in filling all those forms. And also, it's not like you fill the data and then you get the access, not like that. Okay, you have to it's not that simple, guys. If you are new to IAM, it's not that simple that you get access to any of the business applications you are what can I say, using in your personal life. There will be, if I take Netflix, what are the different accesses you have in Netflix? Mobile plan is there, basic plan is there, HD plan is there, like four plans are there in Netflix. You have to pay accordingly. That access is different. But when it comes to Active Directory, there are thousands of accesses will be there, each for different purpose. Even we don't know, even I don't know what access is required for doing some work. Even you don't know. What you need, you really don't know. I mean, what that access is called, you don't know. What kind of access should be given, you don't know. But what you are going to do, you know that. You will say like, hey, I need to perform these kind of activities and I need access for that. There will be some access responsible for that. You don't know what access is that, right? So you need to talk to that administrators. They will know definitely. Active Directory administrators, they know that what kind of access is responsible, are going to give you rights to do some activities or work, right? That they know. So now you need to talk to, yes, Nikhil.
Yeah, yes, Krishna. I have a doubt, like, no, in the Active Directory, I mean, the data will be loaded via IGA tool or from the HR system directly. And is this a base level application for IGA that mandatorily we have to get the data from Active Directory and then we have to proceed for other application?
No. Mandatory is HR system.
Mandatory is HR system. Okay.
HR system. We rely on data on HR system. That's why we call it as source of truth or authoritative system. Okay. So these are the applications we are managing.
Okay.
These are the applications we are managing.
Okay. Even for Active Directory, from IGA only, we are going to create the accounts and do all the other activities as well.
Yes. That's why there is no connection, right? From HR system to Active Directory, there is no connection. Right? So let's go on. Yeah. So if you take an example, yes.
Sorry, Krishna Garu, this why need to store the data at IGA actually?
I'll show you that. I've answered that why you need to store. I'll show you that in a bit so that you understand it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Yes, Mamata.
Krishna, I have a request. Latest
Yeah.
doubt sections will be end of the class. In meanwhile, we will go with the class sections to complete. Once we are done, whoever is having doubts, we can discuss end of the time.
Yeah, perfect. Cool. Yeah, definitely. Thank you. So yes, as I was telling, now you need to read the data from your system. There is no connection between HR system to these applications. We connect only these applications. Now to understand this flow, if you remember yesterday, so how the old system used to be, olden days. If you remember yesterday, I told you that I was an administrator. So let's say you need access to Salesforce. Let's say you need access to Salesforce business application, or let's say Netflix only. It's because you guys will understand. Let's say that you are working in some organization. Now you need Netflix access, or you need laptop, something. So what you do is, as I said, you create a request. A ticket will be created. First step. Once the ticket is created, the ticket is assigned to admin team. That application admin team. Once this ticket is assigned to the application admin team, they are going to give you or ask for, hey, get approvals from either manager or so get approvals from either manager, maybe, yeah. Then once the approval is received, admin grants access to user. Then send an email to user. This is what happens, right? Even in case if you go to banks in India, nothing is automatic there. You have to go to the bank and fill the forms. This is how the old system used to be. That's why if you take Active Directory, you need one person. HR system is there, your data is there. Now you are an employee of the organization. You need access to Active Directory. There will be a ticketing system, ticketing portal will be there where you create tickets, right? Like you request for something in the ticketing system, a ticket will be created. You fill the data that, hey, what is your employee ID? What is your mobile number? Where you work, which location, what you are looking for, everything they ask you in the ticketing portal. Some ticketing portal systems are there. I'll show you some other time. So once the ticket is created, hey, you need access to our Active Directory. So admin team, the ticket is assigned to admin team. Then this work I did, my first IAM project, 10 years back. This was the job I was doing. So I take the ticket comes to me, and then I'll say like, okay, this user need Active Directory access. So I used to ask like get approvals from manager. Once it is given, I used to grant the access. Before me giving access earlier, it used to assign to different application teams only. Now you need access to Active Directory, right? So a ticket is created and assigned to Active Directory team here, and you need access to Microsoft 365, ticket is assigned here. You need to open one more ticket. You need to open one more ticket here. They will ask you a lot of data. They will ask you to fill the data like how you are filling in web application. If maybe Facebook, you have to enter all your details like that. Now, because of that, I need Active Directory administrators here. Do you think one person is enough, guys? One person in a team, do you think it is enough? No, it's a lot of work. What if that person goes on vacation? So at least I need 2 people for each team, right? For every team, I need 2 at least administrators to accommodate user requests. So That's the old process. The new process is, okay, admin is taking data from end user is creating a request, and admin is looking for approvals and providing access to the users in this Active Directory. That is what we are automating. Instead of user, we are asking user to create a ticket, come to our IZEA tool, request for it, like Amazon, exactly Amazon. If you want to buy something, you used to go to that store offline and go and talk to them, find the price, bargain, and then buy it and go home. But now we are not doing that. You go to Amazon, you'll search for that item, what you want to buy, and then click add to the cart, buy, pay the amount. Someone else will supply it for you. Same thing here. You do not need to go to Active Directory. You just come to our IZEA tool SailPoint. You search for what accesses you need, request for it, then approval will be sent automatically. From IZEA tool will send the approvals. Once that is approved, then automatically provisioning will be triggered to Active Directory for that requested user. Once that provisioning is done, dude, you got your access. That's the flow. That is what we are automating. So we are eliminating administrators at every application team who are just working to provide user access. I worked onboarding Salesforce application. So Salesforce team was having a lot of people, a lot of resources were there. A couple of them were like management, couple of them were like business related works, couple of them were developers, couple of them were support. Some people were there to just provide access to the employees. So when I onboarded Salesforce, that team is gone. Application teams hate us because we automate their job, not completely, some of the job, some work. Let's say an employee left the organization. They have to remove their access at Salesforce application, right? So they used to remove them manually. So they will ask HR, hey, HR system, every month, can you send us a report? End of every month, send us a report, or once in 2 weeks, or once in a week, some frequency. So this Salesforce will be asking, or used to ask HR team that, can you send us a report of employees who left the organization? They used to send the report. Then manually they will be removing the access or deleting their records or accounts, we call them, deleting accounts for those employees in Salesforce manually. That we are automating. So we read the data from HR system. We will detect that employee left. So yesterday I told you what are those events? What are
JML lever event.
yes. JML. So joiner, mover, lever. Rehire, let's forget that. We don't need it. Okay, maybe later we will think about it. So this joiner, mover, lever. Let's say an employee joined the organization, a new identity, new object will be created in our system. It's a new identity. So system will recognize that it's a completely brand new identity. Then it is a joiner. Since it is joiner, either you can request for the access manually for any of these application, business applications, or we automate them. What do we call that automation? Birthright access. The access what user get on the day of joining itself, automatically without any request. That is called birthright access. Okay, so in case if some access is not meant to be given automatically, then they will request for it. They'll come to IZEA system and then SailPoint here, they will request for it. Okay, so next, mover. We can automate them. Like let's say an employee moving from one department to another department, automatically we can remove their access. Let's say in Salesforce, they have finance department related access. Now, when we read the data from HR system, we detected that department is modified for this employee. So automatically we will remove their access from Salesforce. We might give new access as well, whatever they need. automatically. Okay, next, leaver. An employee left the organization. They should not have access to any of these applications, right? Since we already connected to all these applications, we are going to remove their access automatically. So we have, when there is a leaver, we follow 3 processes. I'll explain that more later. Disable, we remove their access, we disable their accounts, we delete their account. Let's say if you take your bank account, if you do not use it at all, it will be dormant account, right? You cannot log in, you cannot use your ATM cards, you cannot do anything. That's disable. Delete means your record itself completely deleted. Your record is completely deleted. You don't exist at all there. Okay, that is what we do automatically. So when there was no IGA system, without IGA system, can you imagine these processes? An employee has to request, the AD team admin has to provide access. Moreover, again, you have to request, hey guys, I requested, I moved to different location and I said like, hey guys, I moved to different location. I need access card to this location. I requested and they granted me that. It takes time, couple of days. Okay, so leaver, I'm not there. I'm gone from the company. So Salesforce team or payroll team, they have asked HR system to send us the data. Then they will be removing, disable or delete, whatever. Right? So this is the process. Now I hope you understood what is the purpose of IGA, what kind of automations we do. It's very simple. We manage access for different business applications. That's it. That's our job. Right? So now you need to know a couple of technical terminologies here, couple of words, so that you understand completely what it is. I've been telling you about access, right? What is that access? We call it as entitlement. This is the technical terminology, entitlement, nothing but basic access. Let's say that you have a plan. You are using Netflix. What is the access that defines there? So if I take Netflix, what is in Netflix? There is a user record. First name is there, last name is there, email is there, plan is there. What is access here? What defines access here? Plan, right?
Plan.
Yes,
Plan,
your first
yes,
name,
plan.
last name, that doesn't define your access. Access means what you do. Okay, access means what you do in the organization or in that application. So there are 2 technical terminologies you should know for that. What is authentication? What is authorization? Authentication is process of validating user credentials like username, password. So to know who you are, when you enter your username and when you enter the password, we will detect who is this person, right? So other than that, we don't know who you are and how can we allow you inside, right? So let's say, for example, you went to some office, you went to or you are going to a cinema, right? You purchase the ticket. We cannot ask you, right, who you are, did you really purchase the ticket, all that. We cannot ask you, waste of time. Instead, what we ask, show me your ticket. That is what authentication there. You have come to organization premises, to the office. We don't ask you who you are and we will check your data. No, we will ask you, there will be a swiping machine. You just swipe your access card and doors are open. That's authentication there, right? Similarly, a laptop is there or an application is there, web application. We ask you to enter username and password. That's authentication. So the process of validating user credentials to know who is that person is authentication. So in simple, authentication is who you are. Who are you? That is what authentication is. Okay, authorization is the process of validating a authenticated user. Once you are authenticated, only we will apply authorization to that. So authorization is process of verifying a user access or processing of a user what they can do in that business application. What kind you have. So authorization is what can you do. Got it. So I'm an end user.
The permissions basically, right?
Exactly. Yes, permissions or accesses, whatever you want to call it. Let's say I went to, you have went to some mall shopping complex. It doesn't mean that you can go wherever you want to, right? You will go wherever you are allowed to go only, right? So you need to understand that. There are different kind of permissions we have. Based on that only, we are allowed to do what we want to do. Example, you submitted a leave request. Can you approve yourself? And what is the point of submitting the request here, right? So you can, yes, so you can view the request, but approval only that approver, let's say manager. So that leave request, you can write, view the request as well. That's read access only. Manager has write access here. Right? So like this different kind of permissions, permission is nothing but access. What can you do? If I now switch to Netflix, how will I define what you can do when you access my application Netflix? What can you do? How can I define that? That's plan. Let's say you have purchased a mobile subscription like a telecom, a SIM card, a network provider, any network provider you have chosen in your country, right? Let's say T-Mobile in US or Airtel in India, right? Something. So again, there are also plan that defines like postpaid plan or prepaid plan or only calls only plan or internet plan, something you have chosen. Based on that only you can do. For example, I don't have foreign calls with my mobile subscription. What will happen if I make a call? It might not work, or if it works, it will be an additional bill for me, right? So exactly that is what plan defines. That is what access is. We call it as entitlement. Entitlement is nothing but basic access. Okay, for now, just remember the word entitlement, nothing but basic access. Now here in the Netflix, what is the entitlement? Come on, answer.
Plan.
Yes. Okay. Now moving on. I'm not going to ask user to request for each and every entitlements. Let's say, for example, you need to buy a laptop, let's say computer. Instead of laptop, a desktop is a good example here, right? What are all things you need to buy if you want to have a desktop? You need to have a monitor. You need to have a keyboard, mouse, cables, CPU, everything, right? If you are a good techie guy who understands computer, maybe yeah, everything, right? What if you are not? What if your parents are buying you as a gift if they don't have knowledge? Or even let's take about ourselves as well. What if you buy a, let's say you have an iPhone and you bought a Type-C cable, or let's say that you bought a, what can I say, lightning cable, but the latest iPhone is Type-C cable. Useless, right? So if you, I don't think it's easy to buy a desktop on your own, finding all the components correctly compatible with each other as well. Now, if I buy a mobile phone, I mean, it's very difficult for me to buy the tempered glass back cases as well. Because what if those are not compatible? So it takes time for me. That's what I really like about this China phones, OnePlus or Vivo, Oppo. They will supply, the tempered glass come with the phone, and case also they will only include that in the box. So my point is, coming back here, I'm not going to ask users, okay, before going there, do you think one access, one entitlement will be enough? Netflix has only one attribute, plan is the entitlement. But don't think that only one is enough. You need a lot of accesses to work in an application. So in Active Directory, the groups is the entitlement. We call it as group. Okay, so in Microsoft 365 also plan will be there. What kind our license we call. But my point here is one entitlement is not going to give you enough access for all the times. Let's say if you purchase a laptop has everything. I don't think you need to buy anything extra. They will include the charger, laptop and charger. That is enough, right, for us? The charger will be included anyway. But if you are buying a desktop, it's not enough. You have to choose a lot of things, right? So different applications, different requirements. So don't think that one entitlement is enough. So user has to request more than one entitlement. But when they're choosing all those entitlements, there is no guarantee that they will choose the correct entitlements. The user's time, what we do is we create bundle, combination. Let's say even if you purchased a desktop, let's say a Dell desktop, what if they supply everything compatible with each other? They will only include in a single box, monitor, keyboard, CPU, everything, mouse, everything they will be including. That's great, right? You do not need to spend time. You do not need to worry about whether you get the compatible component or not, right? So that's what we do, and we call it as access profile. Nothing but collection of entitlements. Okay, so we are not going to ask a user to select each and every entitlement. Instead, we say like, hey, this is entitlements means you are choosing that laptop, the keyboard, mouse, CPU, monitor, cables, everything, power cables, everything. Access profile is, guys, you do not need to select anything. Dell desktop, that's it. Everything included. That's access profile, collection of entitlements. We have one more concept, role. Role is nothing but collection of access profiles. Bit more. In case, let's say you have created multiple access profiles, a user need all of them. Let's say you have created access profiles for Active Directory, Microsoft 365, payroll, Salesforce, mainframe, everything. In case if it is a birthright access, or in case that a user need access to all those applications, if you, instead of asking user to select each and every access profile, you are asking user to select a role. So role is collection of access profiles. Okay, so this is another technical word. This we call access model. Clear? Concepts. Entitlements, access profiles, roles. Okay, these are the three concepts in access model. Entitlement, single basic access, single attribute. Access profile is collection of entitlements. Role is collection of access profiles. This we need to learn what are these and how to configure them, how those works, everything. Okay, I see that people are raising hands. Do you have any questions on access model, or can it wait till the end? Yeah, I'll give a couple of minutes. Go on.
So Krishna, the access profile that you explained, collection of entitlements, is it same as IT role, and the role that you explained, collection of access profile, would that be sort of a business role?
I wanted to say this, but I remembered yesterday someone was telling that it's confusing, so I didn't say. But yes, that's correct. If you are,
Okay.
if you know Identity IQ, or if you are from SailPoint Identity IQ, that on-premise product,
Yep.
access profiles are nothing but IT roles. Role is nothing but business role.
Got it. Thank you.
Same, little difference, but same to same.
Mhm.
Krishna, if I join a company and as part of Birthright Access, you said IGA is going to give me access to particular applications. As part of that, is it going to, the user should be pre-existing in those target applications, or is it IGA is going to create the accounts and then give the access required?
They will not have accounts mostly, but even if they have accounts, it has to be created automatically, right?
So IGA will create the accounts if they are not there. Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
True.
Okay. Thank you.
Cool. Narasimha. Any question? Fine. So as I said, in case as I said at the beginning, or even you can learn both the products, SailPoint IAQ and SailPoint ISC. Same concept you can apply, but maybe little differences. So if you wanna have knowledge about Identity IQ, this on-premise product, access model same there as well. Instead of access profile, they call it as IT role. IT role, business role. So they are also entitlement. Okay. Same concept. Here we call it as access profile. There it is called as IT role. Here we are calling it as business role. ISC we call it as a role. That's it. Is it completely same? No, little differences are there, but it's not. It's very minor. Once we go to the concepts, you will understand them. No big deal about it. Okay. So this is the access model. Now when we Jara.
Hi, Krishna.
Hi.
So just, a question. So entitlement, let's say I'm a user, right? As a user, I may have one or many entitlements to the same application. I mean, for example, for M365 payroll, right?
Yes, you can have. It depends on the application, right? That is depends on the business requirements of that application. Example, if I take Netflix, you can have only one plan at a time, right? What is the point of having more than one plan? Agreed? Right? So it depends on the application. Active Directory, if you take, so there is another tech concept. I hope you will be able to understand that. Other guys as well. Single valued or multi-valued. So single valued means these all are nothing but attributes. I said properties, right? These are nothing but first name, last name. We call them as attributes. That's a technical word to call. In programming world, we call this as a variable. In a different terminals, in database, what we call them? Columns, right? So in IZA, even not IZA, any application also, we call it as an attribute or field. It's all are same. Okay, attribute, column, or field, or variable, it's all are same. Somewhere we need to store the data, right? So first name is, in programming we call it as a variable. In database we call it as a column. In web forms we call it as a field. In IZA, even other applications also, they call it as an attribute. So first name is an attribute, last name is an attribute, email is an attribute. Now for each and every attribute, we will check whether it is a single valued or multi-valued. What does that mean? Can this first name store more than one value in it or not? Can it store? How many first names we will have? Only one, right? Last name one, email one, plan. It depends. It can be multi-valued. If I take Microsoft 365, the same thing will be there. Instead of plan, there will be license. You can have multiple licenses. One license for Teams, one license for Outlook, one license for Power BI, or something else. You can have multiple. So if an attribute accept multi-valued, Okay, let's say that not just plan or license, you have one more attribute, let's say a role, a group, or if I take Salesforce for example, in the real Salesforce application, there are 3 attributes: business profile, role, permissions, groups, queues. These are the entitlement attributes in Salesforce application. Okay, yeah, you should have values for each attribute to do your work inside Salesforce application. Profile only one, role I don't remember, one I guess. Permissions you can have as many as you want, groups also many, queues also as many as you want, as you need. Got it? Now profile, you
Yes.
cannot have more than one. It's only one. That's how the business application is developed, right? So role is only one. Permissions you can have as many as you need, like this. So it completely depends on application. And yes, you can have n number of entitlements. If you take Active Directory, that attribute we call Active Directory, there are new entitlements, but there is only one entitlement in Active Directory now. That is called groups. That's the business terminology. Technical terminology is member of. Member of which all groups, like that. So guys, all of you, there will be business terminology, there will be technical terminology as well. So if I'm talking with technical people like you guys, we all are tech people. I can talk technical terminology, we should be able to understand. But when I'm talking with salespeople or stakeholders or application teams who cannot understand this technical, we use the business terminology. Group is business terminology. So member of is technical terminology. There is only one attribute as an entitlement in Active Directory. They have recently, we got a couple of more, but we are not using them yet. For time being, I can say only one attribute acting as an entitlement. What does that mean? One attribute acting as an entitlement means we define access based on this attribute. That's it. Here, if you take Salesforce, we define a user access based on these many attributes. In Netflix, plan. In Active Directory, we define based on only one attribute called as groups. AD, Active Directory in short. So groups, that's a business terminology. It is called as member of technical terminology. These groups are member of, it's a multi-valued attribute. It can hold more than one value in it. So you can have hundreds of groups. Okay. So either you will have only one entitlement in an application, or you might have a lot of entitlements. It's all depends on the business application. Okay. So hope that is clear. I'll quickly summarize what else we need to know here, and then I'll switch to SailPoint architecture. Okay. So now we have discussed about access model.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. So as you have mentioned that member of attribute is a multi-value, means it is a collection, right? Like an array or array list.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Fine. So now so as I was telling, if a user need access to an application, I have shown you Facebook, you need to enter all the details. We won't ask user to enter those many details. Instead, what we ask is, we ask them to select the access they need. It can be either entitlement or role or access profile, whatever. That we will discuss. What is best, we will discuss. Okay. Then here, user will select what access they want. Let's say Netflix. We won't ask user to enter their first name, last name, email, nothing. We ask them to choose the plan they want. That's it. Now we connected IZA connected to SailPoint. Let's say SailPoint connected to Netflix application. We have already onboarded. First name, last name, email, everything we got from HR system. Yesterday I mentioned if we are not getting some data from HR system, let's say email, we don't get mostly from HR system. We generate at IZA, our SailPoint. We generate email for the employee. Okay, so we have the data, so user doesn't need to enter all these details. They just select the access, they just select the plan they want. Remaining all data, we have them, so we supply to Netflix application. So we create the account for the user. That is called provisioning. So we are writing the data into a Netflix application. That is called provisioning. We read the data, that is called aggregation. So let's say that if I do not read the data from the business application Netflix, I don't have any data. Now user is requested for plan access. I don't know whether Netflix has, I don't know whether this user has account in Netflix already or not, right? If I don't know, what should I do? Should I create, modify? How do I know that? Instead, if I read the data from this business application, then I have the data, right? I have the data. Now, when a user is requested, I will check whether this user has account or not. If they have, let's modify. If they don't have, it's create. In case if I do not know, by default SailPoint or any IZA tool thinks that, hey, user doesn't have account, so I need to create. It will try to create and application will throw an error that, hey, already exists. Okay, so we need to read the data so that we stay up to date. Got it? Why do we read the data from application again? Another reason is there. In case any changes are happened at application side, so we need to act on latest data. These more details we will come to know when we do onboardings. Okay, so that is the architecture. Now user has this access in Active Directory. Let's say that they moved from one department to another department. See, if it is birthright access user has two ways: automatic or manual, right? Manual, how user will request for the access. Automatic, roles we can use to automatically assign the access to the users. Okay, so if it is automatic, how it will be automatic? Based on some criteria. Like if user is from this location, give this access. If user is from this department, give this access. Okay, we create a role. Role contains access profiles and role has the criteria. If user is from finance department, give all this access automatically. If user is from transportation department, give all this access, like that. So when a user is moving to different department, the criteria won't satisfy, so automatically that access will be removed. What about manual access, request based? It won't be removed automatically. So we need to work on that, which is we need to review the access for a use for all the employees in our organization, that we call access reviews. Okay, so reviewing the user access in a frequency. This is a very big work we need to do. It's a
certification campaign.
Yes. So certification, you hear this word as well. Certification is nothing but access reviews. Okay, in ISC there is no people are not using certification in ISC documentations or anywhere. They just say access reviews, but in Identity IQ they call it as certification. But in general industry certification they are not using. Identity industry, no, access reviews what they are called. Okay, we need to review that. Now I said how a user can get the access, either manual or automatic. When it is manual, the flow is we will configure approvals. It's not like when your user requests, user will get the access. No, there will be approvals configured. So that approvals may not be perfect all the times. Maybe blindly they approved as well. So in case if a user is requesting an access they are supposed not to have, then we need to block it. So to block that, we use a concept called segregation of duties. So SOD means separation of duties or segregation of duties. A user cannot be both approver and requester, right? If you take banking system, a lot of frauds will happen if a user can approve and can request and approve as well. Let's say that I'm a banking employee. I submitted a request for a big amount of loan. If I can only approve, then what is the point of it? I can request and I approve it, and the amount is credited to my bank account, and I'll do the fraud. Happened a lot of times, maybe happening even now. That's why we have SOD policy violation. So we have two type of policy violations. One is prevent, another one is detect. Prevent means before user get the access. User submitted an access request. That's completely wrong access. They should not have. Let's say that you are requesting for super admin access. You are requesting for super admin access. See, you know what? People request for SailPoint admin access. I will be like, dude, you are not our team even. Why do you need SailPoint admin access? So I rejected. And again I was getting requests. Then I messaged that person. Hey, I see that a lot of people from your team are requesting. That's why I'm messaging you. Why you are requesting? Who said that this is the right access for you? No answer. Now I thought that this is the right access. Do you know what you requested? Even they don't know. What if it went to approval? See, approval is 50-50, either approved or rejected. There are chances that people will approve by mistake even, right? So to stop it, anyway, it's a wrong request. They should not have that access. So if you know that, if you have some criteria that to define this user shouldn't have getting this access at all, then we will prevent it. So we stop it. Detect means already user has the access. Already user has the access. Both. Let's say user is both approver and a requester. How maybe before SailPoint or IZA tool is in place, that application having that access, or maybe at the back end they have added the access. Let's say Active Directory at the back end, Active Directory administrators did some changes. We don't know them. So when we aggregate the data, we get the latest data, right? Then we detected that a user is having both approver and requester access. Then we detect. Once we detect, we take some action. We revoke their access, or we can launch access reviews, go for approvals, or at least we will mark that it's violating. Okay, that's another concept. Next, as I said, reporting. We need reports for all this data, everything. That reporting is quite common in any role you go for, any industry you go to. Any kind of job you go to in IT, reporting will be there quite common. Okay, so this is what we are going to work. So application onboarding, aggregation, provisioning, access model, policy violations, access reviews. And then we have something called workflows to automate the stuff. Workflow is nothing but collection of events, right, or actions. So these workflows also we have. That's nothing like, I mean, to work on these concepts only, we have workflows. So we will work on them as well. But in general, in IZA, this is how the system works. Maybe the terminology might be different. If you go to, so in ForgeRock, right, I worked in ForgeRock. So we are calling reading the data from an application is called aggregation. Writing the data to an application is called provisioning. But in ForgeRock, they call it as synchronization. Sync the data from SailPoint to Active Directory. I mean ForgeRock. Sync the data from ForgeRock to Active Directory. Sync the data from Active Directory to ForgeRock. Both the ways, they are calling it as synchronization only. Some people call it as
reconciliation also, right? Maybe reconciliation.
Yeah, they use that word as well. Yes.
Yeah.
Inbound and outbound. ForgeRock doesn't use. I worked in Microsoft Identity Manager. They call it as importing the data from Active Directory to Microsoft Identity Manager, exporting the data from Microsoft Identity Manager to Active Directory, synchronizing the data from MIM means Microsoft Identity Manager to Active Directory. So Savient, I don't know. Import and export, I'm not sure. But anyway, the point here is different IGA tools, they use different terminologies, but the core is same. Okay, this is what I wanted to fight for. I was trying to say that why not all of you? There should be a common industry standards and use same terminologies everywhere. But people don't do that. That looks like copycat, right? So anyway, This is what IZA is in any IAM product, any IZA product you take. This is the work we are going to do. Okay, from this only we will get some more small kind of works. Application onboarding, out of all, application onboarding is the biggest and main work we are going to do. That is about IZA architecture. Now I'll switch to SailPoint ISC architecture. 5 minutes, go ahead and ask questions.
Krishna,
Oh,
this
hi,
is
Krishna.
regarding SOD.
Hmm.
So do we need to have knowledge about all the kind of permissions that we approve? Let's say if you in this scenario, if you are rejecting an request, for that we should know, right? Okay, what kind of permission this person is entitled to.
It's not about you know or I know. We will ask application team.
Okay.
If they give any data like these users are not allowed or something, then we will configure accordingly. That's it.
Okay,
It's
so
a
we have
requirement.
to coordinate with a bunch of teams to see who is
Yes.
entitled. Okay.
Otherwise, how do we know? Who are
Yeah,
we to
that's the
say?
question. Is there any documentation or do
No,
we need
it's
to have that
application.
technical knowledge? Okay.
It's application team. Completely it's their requirement. Yes. Next, come on guys, quickly. Whoever
Hi,
raised
Krish.
hands. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, so I have a question. In the SOD policy violation, you said there are two types, preventive and detective, right? So
Yeah.
preventive, I understand, like you created something, so you're able to prevent as soon as if someone tries to violate it, it will be flagged. Okay.
Yeah.
But detect, is it something like there was already some sort of access sitting in the application like that? We aggregated the
Yes.
access and now it is showing, so it is a detect one, right?
Correct.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, perfect. You are.
It's also, we can say that, Krish, it's like mitigation, right? The access is already there. We are just trying to mitigate that access. Is that also mean the same?
Perfect. You nailed it. That's correct.
So Krishna,
Thanks, Krish. There is one more question, Krish, I wanted to ask. Like as you were explaining on the access profiles concept, so I have one question, like can the access profiles be from the multiple sources as well? Because at least I have heard is access profiles normally needs to have from a single source.
No, it's not like that. That's the difference. Yes. No, you can have only from one source, but we'll discuss more when we are going.
Okay.
Yes.
So Krishna,
Thanks,
IGA, you said we understand that it is going to manage the accounts and entitlements in the target applications, right? So, and also you said users can request admin access to IGA itself. So that means in the IGA itself, to the IGA access also, you can do this request and approval and all that, even the access to the IGA tool itself?
Yes, you can do. You can have IZA itself as another application.
Other application. Okay, got it. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we do that.
Yeah, hi Krishna. So
Hi.
what is said, I mean, authentication and authorization like happens within IGA or outside IGA, just explain with the example. And one thing I want to know is what if there is access manager in an organization, right? How IGA, I mean, how authentication authorization works if there is access manager product which integrated with identity manager. So what is authentication authorization role in that? What if there is no access manager in an organization? So how authentication authorization works in that scenario?
Yes, I'll explain at the end of the session your question. It's out of
Sure.
IZA actually.
Thank you.
Yeah. Cool. Yes, Gaurav.
I already asked the question, Krish. So
okay, fine.
I'll lower my hand now. Yeah.
Okay. Whoever 3 people I see that raise the hands. If you have questions, go ahead and ask quickly.
Krishna, can you please repeat groups concept again?
Groups entitlements.
Yeah, you covered like groups like members, multi-valued attribute. Can you please again?
Yeah,
I'm a
sure.
bit confused about this.
Yeah, sure. So in as I was telling, in Netflix or in any application, your data is there, like first name, last name, right? Can I Can I give access to all the users whose last name is Patil? Will you accept it? Doesn't make any
No.
sense, right?
Yes.
Doesn't make any sense. I will give access to all the users who are from some location. That makes sense, right? Let's say
Yeah, right.
all the people from India will get this access. Let's say
Like
unholy.
attribute-based access.
Yes, correct. So if you look at these attributes, first name, last name, email, plan or license, which sounds like we can give access based on this attribute.
Okay.
First name, last name, email doesn't make any sense, right?
Yeah, right.
So I can give based on plan. I can give based using license because those are unique values, unique attributes, right?
Yeah.
I can
Yes.
give based on location. I can give based on department. I can give based on job title also, right? Access. All
Yeah.
the managers receives this access. Makes sense. All the people whose last name is maybe something Agarwal will get this. Doesn't make any sense, right? So when you look at a user data or account data or these attributes, there will be couple of or some attributes that can be helpful to give the access to the users. That is nothing but entitlement. Got it?
Yeah.
So first name
Yes.
is a common profile attribute. Last name is a profile attribute. Email is a profile attribute. Plan entitlement attribute. You can grant access to the users based on the plan. If you take say that's Netflix. If you take Salesforce, these are the attributes. These are the I mean in Salesforce. User data will be there, like first name, last name, email, department, manager, everything will be there. Along with that, these attributes also will be there. Okay, so they define these attributes as entitlements. Nothing but they grant access to users at Salesforce application based on these attributes. Similarly, in Active Directory, there is an attribute called groups. So in Active Directory application, based on groups, we provide their application, they manage access for the users. Got it? That groups is the business terminology. Technical terminology, the groups is called as member of.
Okay.
Got it? So it's just an attribute in Active Directory. That's it.
Yes.
And
Thank
single
you.
valued, multi-valued is nothing but first name can have only one value, right? Your first name only one will be there,
Yes.
right? So last name only one. Maybe if you have different names, we will ask other names attribute, like middle name we'll ask. Do you have any alternative names we ask? But we cannot store more than one name in first name. That's single valued attribute.
Okay.
Groups, we can store more. We need user will have more than one group, so we can store more than one value. So that is multi-valued. Okay, it's not me or you telling that this attribute should be single valued or this attribute should be multi-valued. No, that is how application is developed. They develop the application that, hey, this attribute can hold only one value. This attribute can hold only one value. This attribute can hold more than one value, like that. Got it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is it.
Yes. Thank you.
Cool. Okay, now moving on. You can ask the questions after. Yeah.
Catch.
Krishna.
Catch. Catch.
Yes, someone was asking.
Krishna, could you please go back to that the writing screen?
Yeah.
Here, IGA tool, we have Active Directory, Microsoft 365, payroll, Salesforce, right? So once we create the account here in our IGA tool, the system will automatically pull the users to those 4 applications if those comes under as a birthright.
Yes.
Correct, right? So as you said, those are as a base access. Base access matlab, sorry, I'm sorry. Base access means if it is considered as a birthright, you are saying that entitlement, right? So if user goes for any extra access based on the work, can we able to call them as a entitlement?
See, everything is an entitlement. Access is entitlement. Basic
Okay, any
access
kind
means, okay, let me remove this basic word. Access. Entitlement is nothing but access.
Okay.
Okay, so anything, any access is, we call technical word is entitlement. I wish that they should have not called it, but they use this technical word entitlement, nothing but access. Okay, any attribute in an application that is granting access to the users, that is called entitlement. That's it. Okay, I'll jump into SailPoint. Hold on to your questions. I'll answer all of them. I don't have much time now. So SailPoint Identity now, as I mentioned, they renamed it to Identity Security Cloud. In that see, SailPoint ISC has bunch of modules. Okay, so SailPoint has bunch of modules. I didn't know is yesterday people were calling it out NERM, NERM, non-employee risk management. That's another module. So they wanted to make it as different products. All together is Identity Security Cloud. One, I'll show you that ISC all complete SailPoint products sometime later. It's a big image is there. So I didn't know is nothing but ISC, Identity Security Cloud. Okay, and NORM is there. AI modules are there. Some AI modules they released. Identity now plus AI. That's IS, something like that. Okay, I'll show you that image later. First, once you get little knowledge, you can understand that. Whether you hear it as Identity now or whether you hear it as ISC, both are same. Okay, these are the topics we need to learn. If you learn all these topics, you will be an expert. Is it difficult to learn all this? Nah, not difficult, but we are going to discuss all these topics. Okay, I'll share this I'll upload this document as well. You can check this. Okay, so introduction. Say, as I said, SailPoint has two products to manage identities for an organization. Someone asked a question, why not call it as a user? Why identity? Identity is a digital representation. That's it. You can call it as a user, you can call it as an employee, you can call it as a identity. Who cares? All same only. You don't like identity, call it as user. Who stops you? Okay, so it just, we call it as identity because it's a technical word. We have it. So we are not calling it as user management, right? We are calling it as identity and access management. The industry is IAM, so that's why we are calling it. So as I said, SailPoint has two products, Identity IQ on-premise solution, Identity Now cloud solution. Guys, in case if you do not know what is on-premise, what is cloud, I think it's no big deal. You can ask ChatGPT, it will give you a bunch of answers, easy to understand. Okay, I'll give you a little bit idea as well. So cloud computing is nothing but three solutions are there in cloud. IPS, you can, this is in the order: infrastructure as a solution, platform as a solution, software as a solution. Imagine you need to develop an application. In order to run that application, you need hardware, right? I have a computer, that's hardware. I have OS in that computer, that's software. Once in your computer hardware is there, software is there, then you can install some game or some application and you can start using it. So hardware is nothing but infrastructure as a solution. Platform as a solution, your OS, that's platform. Software as a solution, your application that is running in your computer. Okay, so olden days we used to purchase all the hardware or operating system or softwares. Now instead of you purchasing them, they are offering it as a solution. Let's say that I want to have a supercomputer now to run something, or let's say that you might be having a basic computer, for example. Olden days they used to buy, if you are doing some PhD, if you need a supercomputer, let's say I have 8 GB laptop with me, I need some 128 GB RAM. That's super expensive, right? Or I hope you guys watched Interstellar movie. In that movie they show that Gargantula, right? They'll render that image, they have gathered a lot of data and they used IBM supercomputer. They do not need to purchase that computer, right? Let's say someone was asking, like, I have a basic computer, do I need to purchase a supercomputer? No, you don't need it. Let's say you want to watch a Netflix. Are you installing anything? No, you just access it in a web, right? So even though you do not have enough hardware or good softwares in your computer, you don't need to worry about it. If any browser is there, Google Chrome, or if any like Internet Explorer or Edge or Mozilla, Firefox, that is enough. You can access them and you can use. Now let's say that I'm going to I want to set up something, I want to build something. I do not need to purchase the hardware. The cloud is going to give me the solutions. That is a good revolution, I would say, for the good and for the bad also there. So there are three solutions: IPS, infrastructure as a solution, platform as a solution, software as a solution. Let's say that you just need hardware and everything you can manage, you can go for IaaS. You just need a bare computer like that. So you can go for platform as a solution. You want application also. SailPoint Identity Security Cloud is software as a solution. Identity IQ is on-premise, so you can go and you can have your own servers and you can install Identity IQ. When it comes to Identity Now or Identity Security Cloud, they will only install, they will only manage. You just need to access it. That's SaaS. Okay. Who provide cloud solutions? Azure, AWS, Google, Oracle, IBM. These are the highly, are the industry players. Azure is number one now. AWS also in somewhere. Google is doing well, and Oracle. If you wanna buy some cloud services, you can buy from them as well. So since it is a cloud solution, Identity Security Cloud, you don't need to download. Just now I told you, right? Identity IQ. I have shown you that you can download the software from here. So you do not need to download. You do not need to install anything. SailPoint only will do that for you. Configurations, you don't need to do that. Upgrades and patches, like if you are new to IAM, or I don't think you are new to upgrades and patches. If you are, in your mobile you keep getting, right, that your OS latest version is released. That's upgrade. Patches means something, bug fixes, they will release a patches. Your mobile will be upgrading, or your computer will be upgrading to latest software or patches they will apply to fix some issues, right? Let's say iOS, they renamed it, right? 26 or something. They renamed it last year, right? So this year another OS they will release. Maybe September they will release. Only once a year they'll release the OS version. Remaining days they will release the patches in that version if there are any issue like that. And in case if something is going wrong, we will restart the servers. Like how do you restart your computer or reboot? Same thing we do in servers as well. Like you install SailPoint Identity IQ in some servers, Apache Tomcat servers. There you need to restart it. So you do not need to do all these things. Whether your SailPoint Identity Now or ISC is up and running or not, that's not your job. Since it is cloud, SailPoint will take care of it. Okay. If something is not working, something is not working as expected, something is not working as you need it, you do not need to worry anything. You can go ahead and send an email to support. That's it. Okay. So let me show you one thing. So if you see status.sailpoint.com, this is where SailPoint, they will be updating if all the cloud regions. So cloud is in regions. Now I'm in Netherlands. I'm using EU Central one, which is in Frankfurt, Germany. That's the AWS cloud. SailPoint ISC, SailPoint is hosted in AWS cloud. Okay, so if anything is down, they will display here. See here. So now you need to know where your tenant is in. SailPoint ISC tenant. Since I'm working in Netherlands, my company tenant is in EU Central 1, Frankfurt. If you are from London, if you are from Australia, Sydney, AP Southeast 2. So how do you know which region your tenant is? It will show in the home screen of your SailPoint tenant itself. I'll show you that later, right? Now we will check here whether it is up and running or not. So status.sailpoint.com, this is where they update. In case if something is not working, we just drop an email to SailPoint, support@sailpoint.com, or you can create a ticket as well. So to create ticket, so we have a application called, I'll be explaining this in more, support.sailpoint.com. So this is SailPoint support portal. With your work email address, you need to log in and then you can create a ticket. Okay, so this is how we, in case if something is not working, we will create a ticket, or if you want to see the status, go to status.sailpoint.com and check whether it is working or not. Right. So I don't know, IDN or ID now or ISC, all are same. Don't get confused. So it's a low coding platform or no coding platform. What does that mean? You do not need to write heavy coding. Okay, we will see that. So how you get this environment set up? Let's say once your organization decided that we will go ahead with SailPoint ISC. Okay, so then you need to purchase SailPoint identity. Management, they will know how many identities are there. So SailPoint ISC, they go with per identity license. That per user in an average, I think some $20 per month. So if you have 1,000 users, calculate like that. They'll give discounts as well. Okay, so they will give the quotation, and then once your organization pay for it, then they will start creating tenants for your client or your company. Okay, so there will be CSM, customer success manager. It's not client, it's customer success manager. So there will be a customer success manager for every country from SailPoint. You will come to know who is that. That person will be with you always to talk to you. That's what the name, right? Customer success manager. He or she is responsible for your success. Okay. Then once you pay for it, within 2 to 3 weeks, your tenant will be ready. So you get by default 2 tenants, sandbox, or you can call it as non-production and production. So 2 tenants you will get, non-prod and production. In case if you need additional tenant, you have to pay for it. Let's say you need for testing one more, you have to pay for it. So one of your team members, so they created the tenant, it's a cloud application. They will grant access or they will create identity, one of your team, like lead or architect. After that, I will be creating, or let's say that I got in my team, I get invitation that, hey, you got access to access this tenant. Once I'm inside that tenant, I will create other users in that tenant so that they can access. So what are the other servers? Before explaining these other servers, let me show you this architecture so you can understand. So this is the simple SailPoint IDENT Now or ISC architecture. So just now I was showing, right, IZA tool and target applications. Even though it is a cloud, but still we need couple of servers, virtual appliance, IQ service. That's it. What is virtual appliance? What is IQ service? We need to know. This IQ service is meant for only Microsoft applications, not for other applications, if you see. Okay, it is only for Microsoft applications like Active Directory. So Microsoft SailPoint is a Java application. Active Directory, Microsoft applications are .NET applications. You can read the data from Active Directory, but to write the data to Active Directory, you need IQ service. That's it, nothing else. One-time setup, we will have it. It's a Windows machine. For SAP, web, other applications, you do not need IQ service. What is virtual appliance? Why you need virtual appliance? See, SailPoint, I don't know, is in a cloud. These applications are in your organization network. You cannot allow direct connection to a cloud one. Let's say that you open the door and you say that anyone can come inside. Is it safety? Is there let's say that I'll open the door because I'm expecting someone. Do you want me to open the door always? Don't you want me to check who is coming? That is what here. So virtual appliance acts as a protective layer for your organization network. Why? Because SailPoint is in cloud. You have to open connectivity to the cloud application. Cloud means what? Public, outside, internet. So if you open the connection to SailPoint, I don't know who is in the cloud, anyone can come and access your business applications. To stop that, we will have virtual appliance. So virtual appliance sits in between your applications and SailPoint, I don't know. SailPoint, I don't know, is in the cloud.
Krishna, we are not able to hear you.
Yeah, I some problem with the Teams. Yes, I was not talking at all. I have seen it. Yeah. So as I was saying, SailPoint, I don't know, is in cloud. Virtual appliance is in your organization network. See this. The border I have added, right? This all in your organization network. In case Salesforce is a cloud application. Salesforce is a cloud application. Cloud to cloud, not a problem. But these all applications are there in your organization network that cannot be allowed directly from the cloud application, because if you open the connection, there might be chances that someone else will, someone else will be able to access your applications. To protect it, we have virtual appliance. It is recommended to have 2 virtual appliances. Now, if I go back, so what is virtual appliance? To securely communicate between your applications and SailPoint, we have virtual appliance. It is a Linux based virtual machine. So SailPoint will give you the software, and you can install in that. Just an image, you can load it, one-time setup. And it is recommended to have 2 virtual appliances for each environment. Okay. So we will discuss more what is this virtual appliance, how it works, everything. IQ service, as I said, to manage provisioning with Active Directory and Microsoft related, it's a Windows server. This is Linux, but SailPoint said that by this year, or I don't know, they said last year, even virtual appliance, they are developing Windows based as well. Either you can use Linux or Windows. Both you can use, but at the moment, entire world is VA is Linux only. Even mine. So far, they said last year they announced that they will release Windows, but it's not released yet. It might take some time. But at the moment, it's Linux based only. Virtual appliance. They will give the image software. You just load it. That's it. IQ service. As I said, it is to manage the Microsoft products. It's a Windows service only, and only one is enough. You do not need 2. Maybe if you have a lot of Active Directory systems, you can have 2, but one is enough. I've seen most of the SailPoint ISC projects or instances or environments, whatever you call, only one IQ service and 2 VAs are required. If you have only one VA, it's a big problem. If that VA goes down, nothing will work. Okay, so going to the architecture, it's very simple. SailPoint, I don't know, is in cloud, so nothing is required for you because everything managed by SailPoint. It is running in AWS cloud, SailPoint hosted there. What we need is only 2 servers. Even though it is a cloud, it doesn't mean it's not like completely cloud. If you take Okta access management product, it's completely cloud. Nothing is there. But SailPoint, it's not like completely cloud. To protect it, we need additional servers, which is virtual appliance. Let's say that if you need to connect it to a cloud application like Salesforce, it is not in your organization network. It's a cloud application.
Krishna, I
So
have a
cloud to
question.
cloud.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. I have one question actually regarding this architecture. So, correct me if I'm wrong. On the premises, when we do installation, we need an application server called Tomcat. So what do we need here in the cloud while doing the installation? Means when the system get installed on cloud, SailPoint environment, here
I
don't
don't
we
know.
need any applications?
It's managed and installed and managed by SailPoint, so not us.
Okay, so
It's you just
can
they
you please
install,
elaborate?
they can't. What is there to elaborate? They install, they configure everything in AWS, and they just give you access to that application. That's it. Even I don't know what server they are using, what application server they are
No,
using.
no. In in normal case in the project when suppose in my project if I get the environment to set up for the SailPoint in
See, you are
cloud,
not set
how should I
upping.
do?
You are not doing it. SailPoint will do. That's what I'm telling here.
Oh, okay.
Within 2 to 3 weeks, your tenants will be ready, and it will be done by SailPoint, not you. That's what software as a service means. SaaS means they will install, they will download the software, they will install, they will configure, everything will be ready. You just access the application like you access Netflix or anything in web application. That's it.
Yeah. So basically, it's a SaaS, not a PaaS application.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it is a SaaS application. Okay. So now, yeah, I'll answer. Hold on for a couple of minutes. So now, as I was telling, it's completely cloud. It's a SaaS. What is SaaS? Someone else will host, someone will have the computer or server. They will install everything that is required. They will configure everything. It's just a URL. That's it. Web-based URL, nothing else. I'll quickly show you how SailPoint will looks like. Then you can understand maybe. So this is my tenant. I have my tenant. I'm not doing anything. I'm just accessing it as a web application. That's it. Understood? So this everything will be set up and configured by SailPoint. So they charge you for this.
So hi Krishna. So I can see that you are using an MFA factor. So does this mean that customized one or general? You can also use a general Google Authenticator as or such.
It's an MFA. You can use any application. So this is my tenant. That's it. I'm not running any server or starting any server. Nothing. Okay. So this is how it will be. Now, yeah, SailPoint will download the software, will take the servers, will install, will configure everything. They will create identity for one of your team members, and you get an email. Then once you get an email, you access like this. Now, once you are inside, since I'm an administrator, I can create identities for my other teams, and they can also access. That's it. Okay. So along with SailPoint, I don't know what only the servers we have is virtual appliance and IQ service. We just need to know what are those. As I said, IQ service, the purpose is just to manage provisioning on Microsoft products like Active Directory. And virtual appliance, for other applications, you don't need IQ service. You see here, you observe the architecture diagram here. This architecture you don't see anywhere. This is built from my knowledge. You don't see this in SailPoint documentations even. No, they won't show you like this. So if you take SAP, there is no IQ service. You don't need it there. It is only meant for Microsoft application like Active Directory, Azure Active Directory. That's it. Okay. Virtual appliance, it is needed to protect your organization network. In case if you are connecting to any cloud application like Salesforce or ServiceNow, you don't need virtual appliance. You just need it for your organization application. Some applications you can access outside. Some applications you can access only in your organization network only. Got it? Let's say now I'm working from home. I can access some applications. If I go office, some applications I can access. Outside, I cannot access. That is what. If you cannot access outside, means those are protected applications. For that, you need virtual appliance. We need to set up this virtual appliance. SailPoint is not responsible for that. We need to have the servers. Either you can, nobody is using on-premise servers anymore, but you need to have the servers. Either you can have on-premise or you can set up the server in cloud, and you need to load the virtual appliance image, and you are responsible for virtual appliance and IQ service. SailPoint doesn't gonna manage these servers. We are responsible. But once this virtual appliance is connected, software-wise, SailPoint will manage. Let's say there is a virtual appliance is upgraded to latest version. SailPoint will automatically push that. You do not need to do anything. Okay, since like you have a mobile phone, software is upgraded, automatically your mobile provider push it, right? I'm using Apple phone, automatically I get the iOS updates. I just need to say yes, install, that's it. Same way, SailPoint is once connected, virtual appliance is once connected to SailPoint. That is a process we need to follow. Once it is connected, SailPoint will push the software upgrades or something to virtual appliance, but it cannot do on its own. You need to say yes, go ahead. As an administrator, we need to allow that. That's it. IQ service, we get the software, we need to install it. If there is any latest version, we need to upgrade it, like that. So IQ service is completely we need to take care of. Virtual appliance also we need to take care of, but software upgrades and everything, SailPoint will push it. Okay, you will get to know about it more details. The last thing, what are the prerequisites to work in SailPoint ISC? SailPoint ISC, the data is represented in JSON. Everything in SailPoint ISC, not just SailPoint, any latest products, anything you take, even AI, anything you take, the data is represented in JSON. The olden days, if you take SailPoint Identity IQ, the data is represented in XML. Those days are gone. Even SAP company uses, all of them are XML. Even they are migrating to JSON. Some migrated already. Okay, so since SailPoint ISC, the data is represented in JSON, you need to know JSON. I have already created some sessions, even those are there in my YouTube channel as well, or I have shared with you in Academy by Connecting Dots folder. There is a dedicated folder for JSON. You can go through them. But I will also be teaching you, but it's better if you go through them already so that I can spend time on something else. Core Java. So since SailPoint is a Java-based application, we write some, there is a concept called rules. As I was showing you, here when we connect our application to SailPoint to application here, when we are reading the data or when we are writing the data to do automations or to do customizations, we have a concept called rule. That rule is developed in Java. That's why you need core Java basics. It's very simple, not like lot of Java, advanced Java, no. Core Java, that to not complete core Java, 10 concepts are enough. Very basic. You might be writing 100 lines of code, but that doesn't mean that you are a great developer. I am telling you, I started my career as a Java developer, certified developer, Oracle certified. I'm telling you, SailPoint doesn't have much development in that. Length of development is there, but it's not a great development. Same lines. As I said, reading and writing, get the data, set the data, get to, set to, nothing else is there in it. Okay, pretty basic coding in SailPoint, very, very less. I don't think even 1% of core Java you need it here. Okay, it's very, very basic Java you need, that's it. HTML and CSS, it's anywhere in the world you take. If you are sending email notification, like you are ordering in Amazon, you get an email, right? That's we developed that using HTML. Okay, so CSS is optional in when we are getting emails that is built using HTML. If you want to add some colors or something, we can use CSS. It's okay if you don't want to. JavaScript, I haven't tested that, but right, in front end, HTML, CSS, JavaScript can be used. But since it is a cloud application, I haven't tried using JavaScript, but I used an Identity IQ, it worked. But here it's up to you. But bare HTML, bare minimal basics HTML is enough. If you want to add some color CSS, you do not need to learn. Even I never learned CSS. Just Google and add colors. That's it, no big deal. PowerShell is required to automate things in Microsoft related, like Exchange. Exchange is the server, Exchange server for Outlook communications. Active Directory, we need PowerShell, but it's very bare minimal. Except for Active Directory, you do not need PowerShell. Maybe in the current generation, we might not need it even. SailPoint has developed a lot so that you do not need to write PowerShell codes even. But it's good to have. If you learn one language, that is great to have, guys. Only one language. I learned Java a lot. I practice like anything. I can write coding in any language. Okay. Expression language, it's very simple. It looks like PowerShell. It's nothing to be learned. You need to understand that. I will show you that as well. Apache Velocity script, it is used to customize HTML templates, and in transforms, we call something transforms, we write in JSON. So these are the concepts you need to learn. But out of all, what is mandatory, I would say JSON. All other things I might say, okay, you can ignore. Manageable, but without JSON, you can't. You need JSON. If you want to be a developer, you need core Java. Okay. Apart from that, SailPoint ISC has APIs, SDKs, everything. If you want to build customizations, heavy customizations outside PowerShell or Java or Python, anything is okay. I have written coding in all languages. So in my current project, I write coding in Java, I write in PowerShell, I write in Python, I write in JavaScript as well. Because APIs, right? You can write coding in any language for automations. Is it mandatory? No. But if you want to be a super duper developer in SailPoint world, yes, it is good to have. Okay. So my point is JSON is mandatory. Learn any one language, syntaxes, basics, that is enough. I will teach you that as well. That's it. Apache Velocity script, very less we use. Expression language, nothing to be learned, it just to be understanding. Okay. So for example, if I go back here, if you see, this is user data, for example. Okay, user data is first name, last name, email, something is there, right? So what is this expression language? So expression language is nothing but $user dot first name. That's expression language. That's it. That you do not need to learn. You can understand that even. Okay, so that is it. Prerequisites and documentations. Documentation.sailpoint.com. Developer.sailpoint.com, development related documentations, and the DevRel or ambassador portal. I started with this only, developer.sailpoint.com/discuss. So that is it. Okay, I'll share these links with you guys as well. This document I'll upload, and these are the prerequisites you need. As in, again, I'm repeating, JSON is mandatory, and this is the architecture. The diagram you need to remember. Are you not able to digest this information? It's okay. When you keep getting hands on, you start realizing it. When the learning touches our soul, that's when it means that we really learned it. Once it touches your soul, it's never going, it's never leaves you. Right? So this is what we are going to learn. Now, since SailPoint is an identity management tool, if you do not have identities, what you are going to manage? Makes sense, right? Identity management. What you are going to manage? First, we should have identities. So next session, we are going to create identities. Or next week, I would ask you to do some homework kind of. I have done a couple of sessions on IAM basics, introduction to IAM. It's there in my YouTube channel, or it's given to your recordings. Go through that. Second, go through JSON. That's it. Next week, I'm gonna start the real SailPoint, completely into SailPoint. Okay, so that is it for today, guys. Thank you, and for entertainment for today, whatever you want to. For questions, stay back.
So, Krishna, I have a question on the architecture.
Yep.
If you can go to that slide of architecture. Yeah. So here we are saying like IQ services required for Active Directory, right? So here we are talking about the on-prem AD, or we are also talking about the Entra, because Entra could be on public cloud.
For both you need.
So for Entra, which is on public cloud, you mentioned like for Salesforce, let's say, if it is on public cloud, you probably doesn't need the VAs for that, right? Because it could be cloud to cloud connection. So for Entra also we need the VA cluster or not then?
No, you don't need it.
Okay. And then the
See,
second
there is
question
another
is,
thing. Yes,
Mhm.
hold on. There is another
Okay.
thing. So SailPoint has developed two type of connectors. So going back, how SailPoint will connect to different applications? Application
Mhm.
onboarding, that's connector. Got it? So SailPoint has Active Directory connector. If I
Mhm.
take you there, documentation.sailpoint.com, connector guides. So these are the connectors. You can connect it to different kinds of applications. Got it?
Okay.
There are two type of connectors, VA based connectors and SaaS connector. Example, you were talking about Microsoft Entra, right? So if I
That would
go
be
here,
SaaS.
Microsoft Entra ID, see we have SaaS based connector, VA based connector.
Okay, got it. So
So
if it is on private cloud, then VA based, otherwise SaaS based.
no, not like that. So
Okay.
Entra is not in private cloud, it's a public cloud, right?
Mhm.
So if you are using Active Directory, if you go to Microsoft Active Directory, it's on premise. It's VA
Yep.
connector only. Okay.
Mhm.
Now if I take you to Entra, Microsoft Entra, it is cloud. Entra is cloud version of Active.
Correct.
So we didn't have SaaS based connector long back. Recently it is released. Understood?
Okay.
So now you should be asking a question here. Yes, Krishna, we have VA based connector and SaaS connector, right?
Mhm.
VA, I said that VA is for protection, correct?
Mhm.
If I use SaaS connector, where is the security layer? Not
Mhm.
getting that question. You should get to that, right? So when SailPoint is developing SaaS connector, they are including this VA inside that itself, something like that layer, security layer. Got it? So that
Okay.
others cannot connect. See, if I go back to that, SailPoint is trying to connect to your Entra.
Mhm.
It is cloud. You opened connectivity to the cloud. There are chances that someone else might hack it and try to connect your system, right? Possible, right?
Mhm.
So you open the door. There are chances that someone else can come, right? Possibility is there, no? So to protect it, SailPoint is embedding that VA kind of logic into this SaaS connector. Okay. Now the point is, if you do not have SaaS connector, you cannot connect, right, directly bypassing VA. Agreed?
Correct.
So now, I think Salesforce was the first one. Salesforce, see, both SaaS based and VA based are there. So now we need to check. Let's say I'm onboarding something, some other application, Workday, both are there. Okta, both are there. Tell me something, Zoom, both are there. I'm trying to find something which is not their SaaS connector.
Maybe for SAP.
Yes, SAP. Yeah, if you see SAP, Ariba, only SaaS. SAP Direct, only VA. See?
Yep.
Now, I don't know. Let's forget the things, the accurate things. Imagine SAP application. Imagine SAP can be accessible as a cloud as well. Okay?
Yep.
But you don't have SaaS connector, no. So you don't have a choice. You have to go with VA based connector.
And VA-based
Then,
connector are also going to be used for the applications which are hosted on private cloud.
yes.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
So the other query that I had on the architecture, if you can go back to that slide. So here the virtual appliance that is being like what SailPoint is recommending for the on-prem or private cloud application, let's say. Here the work, right? If I talk about the uh, pushing the data onto the application or writing the data on that application, is it being done by the I would say the software which is running on your VA then?
No, the connector.
Yeah, so in that case, the connector which we are installing, is it getting uh okay, I'll put it another way. So the VA part which is out there, are they putting any sort of like a agent or something in the organization network So rather than having a cloud to on-prem sort of a connection, it should be a three-way direction. Like SailPoint puts a request into the agent, and agent residing on my network can talk to my on-prem applications, and
That's
that
correct.
way the data is more secure.
Yes, correct. That agent is virtual appliance.
Okay, got it. So when you say that they are not responsible for managing it, let's say if that agent service is interrupted, or in any case, if it is erroring out, would they be supporting those sort of requests then?
Yeah.
Right.
Supporting
Okay.
in the sense like, let's say VA is down or VA is not responding,
Mm-hmm.
then what should happen or what will happen? Is that your question?
Yeah. So if VA is down, or let's say the work that particular if I talk about VA is supposed to do, write to my application or anything, due to XYZ reason, that sync or schedule is not running, right?
Yeah.
So SailPoint will be helping us with those troubleshooting steps, right?
You mean the support from SailPoint?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, they should help, but will you get or not? That's a different question. God bless you. Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Thank you.
One
No
follow-up
worries.
question on the architecture.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't see any database layer in the architecture, so there is no concept of database layer, or how it works,
Database
Krishna?
is in, yes, database is in cloud. You cannot see them even. And I came to know that there are 20 plus databases. It's a public. SailPoint is public. Okay. So it's a shared tenant. Entire world is sharing. Got it?
Okay.
I don't think same database will be having all the other organization data, but it's a microservices based. So they have 20 plus databases, it seems. So all the databases are hosted and managed inside AWS by SailPoint. I have never seen. I want to see it.
Okay. For example, if there is any issue that we need to troubleshoot in SailPoint, so don't we need database
No.
troubleshooting
First
from
of all,
database?
even if
Okay.
no, even if you take SailPoint Identity IQ, which is on-premise, where you have the database in your control, but we don't allow you to see the database. Even most of the clients, you are not allowed to do anything at database level.
Okay. So if that is the case, no queries, no SQL
No.
knowledge. Yeah.
I think I could have added it, but when we are working on database connection, we can onboard databases using JDBC connector. I can show you that as well quickly. So there we need to write the simple SQL queries. It's good to know SQL as well. Yeah, see JDBC. You can connect it to Java database. I mean, any databases, and there reading the data, what select star from, right?
Okay.
That select, update, insert, basic queries you need to know. That's it.
Okay, just okay. When integrating with one particular target, so then we
Yes.
need the SQL
Yes.
knowledge. Apart from that, identity data, nothing is getting stored
Nothing.
in database.
No.
Okay.
No. You just when you are onboarding a database into your SailPoint, we have a connector called JDBC, and there, if you wanna read the data, we write a query. That's a configuration. I'll show you some other time. Apart from basic queries like select, insert, modify, delete, you don't need anything else.
Okay, got you. Thank you.
And it totally depends on risk appetite, right? To choose where you want to go, whether you want to go with a SaaS based or VA based, right? Even with the JDBC, correct?
Yes, it's up to you. It's not. I mean, which is best for you? You need to choose that. There is some calculations we have to, or some analysis we have to do. So I will choose whether SaaS is perfect or VA is perfect. That depends on the situation. I'll be explaining when we go there. Yes.
Krishna, can you navigate back to the flow diagram, architecture diagram?
Yep.
Just to clear our understanding, it's like VA is just that all the request or the traffic should go via this VA to the SailPoint and the end application. That is where we are creating this VA, and in the SaaS connector also, the both goal is like we are going to establish a connection between applications. This is all we are doing, right? If my understanding is correct.
Yes, correct. If it is a SaaS completely cloud to cloud connection, you do not need VA.
We direct establishment
Direct
of connection will happen.
Yes,
Okay.
but in that SaaS connector, they have added additional security layer. Got it? Let's
Mhm.
say SailPoint is here, your cloud application is here. Both are talking to each other.
Yeah.
So it's not as secure, right? Let's say that you and
Yeah.
me are talking outside.
Okay, got
Someone
it.
can hear us, right?
Yeah.
What if we both are sitting inside home? No one can hear us.
Yeah, got it. Got it.
So when we are outside, what we do is maybe we have to have something, some security layer. So SailPoint is managing that. In the connector they developed, they manage that security as well, so that someone else cannot connect to your application. See, when you are inside organization network, everything is secured, everything is simple. Got it? When it goes to cloud, everything is public. Anyone can hack you. Anyone try to connect with you, right? So that's where we need to have security layers, but us nothing to do. They will take care of it.
Okay, but in VA also we have that security layer, Krishna,
VA
like
is
SaaS.
the security. No, VA
VA,
is the
okay,
security.
okay. Security. Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. So now, if you take Active Directory, if the request is coming from VA only, it will respond.
Oh, okay, okay. It's like a secured way they are creating, and the request has to
Yes.
flow in that secure way. Okay.
Yeah. And SailPoint is connected to VA, so VA will be polling the response to SailPoint. SailPoint won't get the response from VA. VA is pushing the response to SailPoint. I'll explain more in detail next session. So yeah, for now it acts as a security. Active Directory won't respond unless it is coming from VA. That's it.
Okay, okay. It is only for Active Directory or all the applications?
All on-premise applications.
All okay.
You see
Okay.
these arrows here for SAP is included. Web service is included. In case it is SaaS connector, you don't need VA direct.
Yeah, directly.
SailPoint
Okay.
direct.
But
So if it is
sorry, Krishna. But in case of the SaaS connector, when you say VA security layer has been added, that means all the traffic between two clouds has been passed through the VA only, or it is avoided through the. It is not passed through the VA.
You don't need
On-premise
VA. There is no VA for SaaS connector. Direct SailPoint to the cloud application direct. No VA.
I think in those connectors, they have anyways like put some sort of a configuration for a more security layer, right?
When they develop the connector, inside they have kept some extra security. That's it. We don't know that. We don't come to know what details they kept. That's connector engineering development. So we don't know that. Okay. So when you are configuring SaaS connector, it doesn't ask VA. When you are configuring VA based connector, it will ask VA. So it's not like your choice. It's how it will work.
Krish, if it is a SaaS connector,
database application, sorry.
Yeah. Suppose if it is a SaaS connector, then we can say that it is a point-to-point connection between SailPoint ISG and the SaaS connector.
Yes.
Got it. Thank you, Krish.
So Krishna, if I have multiple other SaaS products which actually SailPoint is talking to via the SaaS connector, one SaaS connector can handle multiple other SaaS public products on the right side?
Yes, it can. Same SAP one connector can talk to different applications, but we create one application for each system.
Oh, okay. So one instance of SaaS connector for each SaaS application?
Yes, correct.
Okay, got it.
So if I have
no application,
yes,
which is having a database one. So in the IDN, again there will be, so it will be within a VA or it will be like directly cloud to cloud if we have application with a
it depends where your database is. If your database is in If your database is inside a local or organization network, we use VA connector. If it is in cloud, you can use SAS connector that recently released. It was not there earlier. SAS connector for JDBC.
Okay, one more question. The Java core, you said there will be the 10 topics that you need to be covered. Can you just tell in the end of the session or now what is the 10 so that can
I created
go
a
much?
blog for SailPoint rules development. I'll share the link. You can go through them.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And if you have, if you go to this, one more question, sorry. This attribute column field variable attribute, I'm aware about it. That will be like alias, email, first name, last name. If you navigate to the whiteboard, there will be a last box which you have mentioned there, like that column field variable, where it related to that IDN actually.
Variable is used in programming world. It's
Okay,
not.
okay. That yeah, yes, understood. In the Java used to come.
Yeah.
And
So Krishna,
yeah,
so the
that's it.
VA and IQ service, their version would be organization's responsibility to maintain the
Yes.
version.
So IQ service, hardware and software, our responsibility.
Okay.
Okay. VA hardware, our responsibility. Software we will install, but next time upgrades or SailPoint will push automatically here.
Okay. So we once the VA is installed, we don't have to do anything else, or do we
Yes.
still?
Yeah. You don't need to do much. Like let's say your mobile phone, any latest OS version is there, you are not installing, right?
Right.
You're not doing much there. You just say yes to install. So who is pushing that? Through internet. That mobile vendor is pushing it. Same way here, SailPoint will push the latest version software to VA. IQ service, automatic updates are there. We can enable that. So automatically it can also get that new feature. But in case if it is not, I mean, when we install the IQ service, it's not installation. It's just running a command. It's an exe file, right? So exe file we download and we can, if I take you to SailPoint, if you see Active Directory connector, so here IQ service, you can download IQ service. It's just a exe file. Okay. So you can download and take it to that Windows server, and there we just run some commands to configure it as a service. Right? When we configure that commands, and you can have additional options to automatically update whenever there is a new version. So it will update. That's it. But when it comes to virtual appliance, SailPoint only will push that. Okay, automatically the software will be updated. So if you have two VAs, one VA at a time will be upgraded to latest version. Other one will wait. So that one VA is upgrading, second VA, both VAs are upgraded, it will not be available, right? Understood?
Right. Yeah, got it. Okay.
So one at a time, like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, great. Jara, I see that you've been waiting from a lot of time, raising your hand. Go ahead, please ask questions.
Yes, Krishna, thank you. So my question is, like, let's say there is a company and it is using Identity Now, right? And now you're saying that they are named the security cloud. So how this change is happening? Like, is it changing automatically, or like how it is made? Can you explain this situation?
I'm really sorry, some background noise or something. I couldn't get your question exactly. Can you repeat one more time?
Yes. Is there any other people that want to ask questions? So I come back. I can ask later.
No, I think it's better now. You can ask the question.
Okay. So let's say there is a company that is using Identity Now.
Yes.
Right. And now they at some point they renamed to Security Cloud. Does the company that was using Identity Now automatically get Security Cloud, or what happens in this situation?
There is nothing, it's both are same. I didn't know our ISC. So what happens is, if I go to, Here is that. Don't I have? See, if I really don't remember, where is that? If I go to home page, yeah, Access Intelligence Center. This is an AI module. Okay. If you are still looking at my screen, Sarah, so this is Access Intelligence Center. It's an AI module. So if you are in Identity Now, if you are in Identity Now, or if you are in ISC, same console you are seeing, it's both are same. Okay. In case if you are using ISC, some AI modules, you can see them. If you are not in ISC, you won't see those AI modules. That's it. It's same console only. Got it? There is nothing extra you need to do. For example, my current organization, we were using Identity Now, and then we said yes to Identity Security Cloud, extra money we paid. So there we have got additional modules like artificial intelligence, AI modules. So some of them we have got here, like I'm not sure if access history is also part of ISC or not, right? This is additional module. So like that, whatever the additional modules as part of your ISC, those modules you can see. If you are in Identity Now, you will not be seeing them. That's it. There is no difference. And who will add these modules? Who will configure extra things? SailPoint will talk to us. There will be some team will be, working with us. They have taken some data. They have explained what they are going to do. So based on that, they have configured AI modules for our tenant. That's it.
Yes, I got the answer for my question. Thank you so much.
Hi, Krish. I had a question on the connectors. So we have the JDBC connector as well, right? So I understand there is a lot of JSON and for IIQ there will be JavaScript and all as well, which we probably can use it for on-prem or ISC as well. So do we need to, before even going to integrate the authoritative sources, do we need to integrate the JDBC in order to support these configurations at all?
No. In case if you get an application to be managed.
Yeah.
So if you remembered, I was telling this. So what is our job? We are going to eliminate these administrators who are sitting here. Let's say you need to onboard a JDBC application, a database application, right?
Yeah.
So they come to it. Hey guys, see why we have IAM. It's not about automation even. The auditors will come, the Big Four.
Yeah.
Right? The
Yes.
auditors will come. They will be asking. Let's say there is a database application, something. Let's say some X application is there. They will come and ask, or they will ask Salesforce application team, hey guys, they will pick some random data and they will say like how this user got the access.
Provide us an audit trail.
Auditors will ask.
Yeah.
They will see the data and they will randomly pick some user and
True.
And they will go to maybe HR system or someone. They will find out the users, the employees left the organization a couple of months back, and randomly they pick some users and they will ask like, what is the status of this user?
Yes,
they will
that's
check
correct.
whether this
That's
user
correct.
is still active or having access or not.
That's correct.
So they will ask for evidences, all these things, and Salesforce team should be able to provide evidences for that. And it is not easy for them to comply with audit. They will come to us.
Yes.
So that so now Salesforce, they will ask, Salesforce will come to ICA team and say like, hey guys, we need evidences for this. Or they will say that to the auditors that, hey, we onboarded with SailPoint. SailPoint is managing our user access management or our JML. Why don't you go and ask them? Now auditors will come and ask SailPoint.
Yes.
We will provide evidences, right? So to onboard any application, let's say you got a database application you need to onboard. Then we will work with JDBC application. That's it.
Okay.
Okay.
And
But
just follow.
as I said,
Sorry.
yeah, sorry. As I said, first we need to onboard HR system, obviously. Then only we get
This is true.
identities. Then we manage the identities. If you don't have identities, even what you're going to manage. Makes sense, right?
So I agree with you. So authoritative source, you just said HR system there, right? But some places,
Yeah.
most of the places have AD and Entra systems as well. So from your understanding, is authoritative source just the HR system, or is that HR system, Active Directory, your what do you say, the Entra and ServiceNow, because these are the core applications needed for any application onboarded?
Yes, yeah. Before answering you, Gaurav, yes, we are done for today. I'm just answering questions. Yes, you can drop off and enjoy your rest of the day. Thank you. Yes, so yes, as I was answering the question you asked, sorry, I lost it completely. What is it again?
No problem. I'm just checking, authoritative source is
Yeah,
HR.
AD
That's
and
the golden
Entra,
source of
right?
truth, right?
So
Yeah.
got it, remembered. Sorry. So it can be anything. There is no rule that you should use SuccessFactors Workday as your HR system. There is no rule. I still hear some organizations, they are managing through Active Directory or Entra. Got it?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
It's
Okay.
it's not you or me, the organization stakeholders and HR team and departmental heads, they will decide what should be our entry point. Can we use Active Directory? Sure, go ahead, use it. So if Active Directory is the authoritative system, then yes, here HR system, we use AD. Again, here also AD will be there, because we need to manage it as a target application as well, their access and everything. We are not going to create them because already exist. We manage their access, modify, disable, delete, only those things, right? So yeah, I hear a couple of clients, they use the Active Directory and Entra as their HR systems. And do I accept it? No, it's not a good standard.
Not good
So
practice. So
basically, in
sorry,
authoritative
just a follow-up
application,
question, Yash.
Yes, go ahead.
Just a follow-up question on that. When we have this connection between HR system and SailPoint, there will be a write back requirement as well as part of aggregation provisioning,
Yes.
right? So
Yes,
the
yes.
write back, do we need it to route it through Entra and AD always, or can we go to HR bypassing Entra and AD?
It depends. I get where you are coming. Yes, I was there in that situation. So let's say you are using Workday. Let's say you are using Workday as your HR system. Can SailPoint write back to Workday? If it is allowed, yes, go ahead and do it. Example, I was there in that situation. My HR system was SuccessFactors. Okay. So I was trying to write back to that SuccessFactors and it was not successful. We needed help from the SuccessFactors application team. But anyway, point is if it is possible or not. Even if it is possible, you need support from a application team and you didn't get it, right? So yeah, then if you cannot directly from your SailPoint to HR system, then maybe you need to take a different route, which is through Entra.
Right.
Which one is simple for you? Which one is doable for you? Your wish.
And these connectors, are they charged by SailPoint additional?
It depends. It depends.
Yeah.
For
also
example,
is one of the factor, right? The cost
yes.
factor.
So yes, true. If for example, if you go to ServiceNow, where is this?
SE, just down. Yeah.
ServiceNow identity governance connector. If you go here and read the documentation, they will say that it's an additional license.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Supported features. You see here, to use activation, you must have somewhere contact your CSM. I'm not sure
I
if
think
they updated documentation.
if you scroll up, they are saying like to use any of the ones marked as asterisk, approach SailPoint for activation of these features.
Yeah, those are licensed. Even AWS additional license, CyberArk additional license. So what I do, so now in my current organization, we don't have lavish budgets, right? Second, suddenly if I get an application like, this is important, guys, to everyone. It might look silly or not much interesting, but this is what really makes you different from other people outside. Okay, so how the things will be, now April is going to start budget, right? Or some organizations December itself they will finalize the budget. You will give the budget. Next year in the mid, once the budget is allocated, approvals, everything completed, everything paid as well, quotations, everything done. Now suddenly after 3-4 months, you need to onboard ServiceNow application, and you came to know that there is license, extra license is required. That's an additional amount. Do you think organization will accept and pay for that? They will question you, hey, we asked you the budget for this year. Why didn't you include this? It's not about money, guys. It's about the process, approvals and everything. Then they will think that you are not a capable guy. They think that you don't know what you are doing in and out. You cannot ask like that. Okay, today you are buying ServiceNow connector. After 2 months, if you need to buy CyberArk connector, will you say yes? Do you think management will say for that? No. Right? So that is the problem. In case if you do not have this kind of budgets and this kind of allocation problems, yes, go ahead and use it. But what I do is I use web services. I have APIs for any application you take, we have APIs. In case if I do not have, let's say I'm connecting with CyberArk, are we ready to buy the connector? Extra license, or it's not about money again, are we in a situation to buy now? If not, I will go ahead and use the REST APIs of CyberArk and use web services connector free of cost. Okay, yeah.
Thanks,
so that's how we supposed to go. And
Thank you.
Someone might be
in
thinking
case
here, hold on. So someone might be thinking here, why not SailPoint will start giving me feature and later I will pay? No, pay first and use later. Okay, that is how it is. Yes.
Thank you,
question.
Krish.
So Krishna, in this case, which Mohammed asked, right, like wherein maybe Workday is being used as the authoritative source, but we also need, or we have a use case where we also need to populate some attribute on Workday. So it would act as a target app as well. So the same app is acting as a authoritative source as well as a target app for me. Okay.
Yes,
Now,
correct.
is there any limitation in SailPoint identity now? Like it allows how many authoritative sources at a time?
No, there is no limit. You can have a number of authoritative sources. We have more
Like in
than
many of the orgs or in the tools, we see like primary, authoritative, and secondary. Like there are only two given.
No.
Okay.
SailPoint has nothing about it. Now, bit advanced, it's okay. I'll just quickly show you. So you create sources, connection sources, you onboard applications here. Okay, create new, select the connector, whichever application you are working. Okay, let's say Active Directory, configure. It will ask you to fill the details, right? So once your application is created, let's say if I take my HR data source, for example. So when we are creating, right, it will ask you, let's say if I select Active Directory, even it will ask you, is it authoritative source or not? Just a checkbox. Okay. And once you created the source, next you need to create identity profile. So identities will be created based on your profile. For example, if I take you there, it defines identities from this source. Identity profile has attributes, all these attributes. And where it should get the value, we have the selections here. Okay. So you can create n number of. So now you know how many authoritative I have as per this 13.
Okay.
You can create as many as you want. There is no limit.
But we can always define the priority, like from which to pick first.
Yes,
and
here see
that,
the
right?
okay, I can show you that priority. And so it is in the order of tens.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Thank you.
Cool. Next.
Hey Krishna, this is Shiva. A quick question.
Yeah.
So I know you mentioned access profiles and entitlements will be tagged into that. Can an access profile have only one entitlement tagged to it? Or can we directly have entitlements tagged to the roles instead of access profiles?
Yes, that's correct. Role when they introduced, they said collection of access profiles only. But yes, again, it's an advanced question. I will be explaining, but to answer for you alone here. So there was a philosophical or something thought process oriented question there. Someone put like, hey, entitlement is access profile. Access profile is collection of entitlements. Role is collection of access profiles. So what is the difference between access profile and role is role can be automatically granted based on criteria. Got it?
Yes.
Access profile cannot be. It's request based. Okay.
Gotcha.
So now I wanna add one entitlement to the user automatically. Only one. Why do I need to create access profile just for one entitlement and add it? I'm creating two objects unnecessary, right? Why can't I add
So
entitlement directly to the role?
yeah.
So that is where this came, and SailPoint released that, okay, you can, along with access profiles, you can add entitlements as well to the role. The new feature. It's been 1 year, I think, they released it.
So because when you said the collection of access profiles, I got confused. I know you interlinked with IT role and business role from IIQ. So I was confused by, can we add because in business roles, right? I mean you can tag IT roles directly as a permitted or
Yes,
recorded
I
roles.
understand
So I
that.
was
Now,
confused. Right?
yeah, but I don't want you guys to be confused. That's why I didn't say entitlements here. But this is looking better, right? Entitlement, basic access, one access. Access profile, collection of entitlements. Roles, collection of access profile. Easy to remember, no?
Yeah, no,
Just
it makes
the
sense now.
order. That's why I didn't include entitlements. But yes, when we go there, you will see it. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. One more quick question. So I know you said SOD policy violations, preventative and detect. I don't know if it's out of this thing, but I'm just curious to ask the question. For example, if I have an access to read access to an entitlement to an application or call it database, and now I want a admin access to that database. So if I submit an access request in ISE or IIQ, whatever it be, so if I submit two access at a time, will it completely just send a policy violation to the user's manager who approves the request, or it will just prevent the user to submit the request?
No, IIQ, yes. ISC is not having that capability at the moment.
Okay.
It checks with existing access only.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, that's it.
Cool.
So Krishna, in the case of Active Directory being the authoritative source, the topic came up a few minutes back, right? I don't know if industry is doing that as a standard practice or
some are doing. I heard even. I worked for some even.
Oh, okay. So if in that case, do they have to do the connection two times, one as a source, authoritative source, and also do they have to configure Active Directory once more as a target application?
No. Just only one source.
Only one source. Okay, got it. So in this case, basically now looks like SailPoint is writing back to Active Directory. Maybe we can think of. Okay, got it.
Yes. We are using SuccessFactors as HR system, and we need to update employee ID and email, not employee ID, email address. We need to send it back because we are generating email address. So write back functionality, same source. We will send it back.
Source. Got it. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, I'll read the chart quickly if any questions are there and if you guys are still there. How to handle nested groups? I think it's too much advanced. Definitely I'll get the answer for you, but not today. Ramu, are you still there? Yeah, you are there. So authentication and authorization, Ramu, it's not IZA responsibility.
Correct.
It's access management responsibility. So authentication and authorization, for example, single sign-on, Entra or Okta. When you access the URL, you are redirected to Okta or Entra. There you enter username, password. Once it is done, then the access management tool validates what kind of accesses you have or you can do. Based on that, the applications will be displayed to you, and based on that, options will be displayed or grayed out to you, and what you can do as well. Right? It's completely access management responsibility there,
Got you.
not
Got you.
IZA.
Yeah,
IZA, what it does is it provisioning what accesses you need or you requested, right? So controlling whether this user can or not, validating is, I mean, access management. Giving the data is IZA responsibility.
Got you. So this works on the same way for ISE as well, right, Krishna?
Yeah, it's IZA tool. Any IZA to Xavient or Enter or any IZA tool, it's same thing. It's not access IZA responsibility, authentication and authorization.
Got you. There is no involvement of IGA in authentication and authorization. Got
No,
you.
no.
Yeah, yeah. Got you. And one more thing, Krishna. So
Yeah.
I think by next session, so you told us to cover a few topics, but if you can tell me again, tell us again, so that yeah.
Sure, I'll ping in the group as well.
Sure,
Just
that
go
helps.
through,
Thank you.
yeah, go through IAM basics, what I have given. Is it mandatory? Not mandatory, but it's good to know, no? Right? We know basics and what we are doing. It's kind of like nothing feels like new. That's what we need, right? So that easily we can grasp the things. Second, JSON. Go ahead and go through JSON. That would be good, because this week you have nothing to do, practice or anything, because pretty much basics are understanding the architectures we are doing, right? Next week onwards, you have to practice. You might not get much time in coming days to go through these kind of things. That's why to make use of the time. Okay.
Thank you.
So cool. Anyway, I'll message in the group as well what you guys needs to do. Sayali, inbound and outbound sync. Yes, those are the terminologies. Even IZA in place, still organization depends on approval, right? Maybe in governance or audit perspective, Ashok Kumar. I mean, we have approvals inside the IZA tool, right? Do you mean outside? If you are still there, Ashok Kumar. So the approvals
Yes.
we can't, yeah. So approvals we configure inside IZA tool. What do you mean by you mean outside approvals? Something?
Yeah, like even like when the ticket will be raised, the manager needs to approve it, even if we require some access.
Maybe that's not a matured IZA, you know what I mean? And sometimes maybe it's a bit advanced as well for others. Instead of using access requests submitting inside SailPoint, people use a service now. They submit request there, approval is sent there, not inside IZA tool. I hate it, but still people use it. Some people uses that. But yes, true. I will not recommend that. I want to use SailPoint to the fullest, or any IZA tool. I mean, Akash, why ICA is termed as identity? Why not termed as user employee? Um, don't know. It's user employee are basic simple words, right? People want something complicated or something sounds like unknown, right? That's what the world wants. If you know everything, or if everything sounds like you know, world cannot be moving
Yeah, I think
forward.
it is technical, and also it's a word that you can generically use for user, employee, and all that. Just not to use user and employee. It maybe the identity is one word you stick to, and in the conversation, it's easy.
True. Yes, yes. Basically, anything is an identity. It doesn't need to be an employee, you know, even service account, it's an identity for us, right? So SOD policy practical, we are going to do. Yes, we do everything. Just wait for the time. Will the VA also
Krishna Garu.
configured? Hold on just a minute. Bhargavi, will the VA also configured along with the tenant, and do we need to raise the request? See, within once you pay the SailPoint for your ISC, within 2 to 3 weeks, SailPoint will make the tenant ready. After that, you have to configure VA and Sale IQ service, and you start working on it. So you need to set up everything inside SailPoint. Tenant is given to you, but it has nothing. You have to connect to VA, you have to connect to IQ service and start onboarding first HR application, then target application we go with Active Directory, and then remaining business applications we go there. Mandar, please web service connector. Of course, we will be working on web service. Web services is the hard connector. Active Directory only once or twice you will work. Every connector you work only once. If there is any connector you will be working repeatedly in an organization is web services, JDBC, these two, right? So yes, we will be. I think ISC don't have at this moment SaaS based web. No, Mandar, it's there from long. I think at least 1.5 year been I'm using it. Ashok Kumar, do we install the connector on VA? You don't install any connector, Ashok. It's by default there, and those connectors are in cloud, SailPoint Cloud. You don't install anything. Mandar, about IQ service, who is responsible to maintain software and hardware? I think I answered already. Us, SailPoint team. Gaurav, thank you, Krishna, for soul touching. Happy. Hope our best wishes can make India win. Okay, hopefully India will win the World Cup. Akash, it should be your organization. Yeah, it is organization. IQ service, software, hardware, everything managed by us. Virtual appliance, hardware we manage, software installation we do one time. Next time onwards upgrades, SailPoint will be pushing it from the cloud. So it will be auto installed and not installed, upgraded to the latest versions. Then
Krish, just one question from Gaurav. Or do you wanted to go through all these questions first?
It's almost done, just 2 minutes.
Okay, sure.
Identity cube, Manu, if you're there. So identity cube is nothing but, so if I go to SailPoint again, I hope it is still there. So identity management, identities. If I open this identity, so in identity IQ, it is represented in a different view. So if you see details, you see all the user attributes, profile attributes, like their first name, last name, everything. Access, different tab, you can see roles, access profiles, entitlements, everything. Accounts displays what kind of account, which all applications you have account in. So events displays what has been happened on this user, everything. If you take identity IQ, some more tabs are there. So what is a cube? Cube means many faces. This is one face, this is another face, this is another face. That's why SailPoint named it as, instead of identity cube. But in ISC, we are nowhere it is used identity cube. We just say identity. That's it. Okay. What topics?
No, it is like we call like a warehouse. We call identity warehouse in IIQ, right? Here we call as identity cube, right?
Identity warehouse is the tab name. Identity cube means one identity is referred as identity cube. Okay. So here there is no identity warehouse here. Instead, they call identity management and identities. So those are just options, and don't what can I say? Don't stress out those naming conventions, since those identity IQ, since it is on premise, it will be fixed mostly. It is SaaS. Now today they are calling identity management. I really don't remember if I think identity warehouse long back. They are changing these terms as well. Some tabs were moved actually. So access model segments, this tab was here. They moved it here. So since it is cloud, their wish, they can move overnight as well. They are doing it. So don't stress out like identity management, identity warehouse. Who cares about those terminologies? It's all same. Okay. What topics in core Java to be learned? I'll post in the group. I have written a blog about how to become a SailPoint developer. That will give you more insights. So I'll share that blog with you guys. Sunit, delimited application doesn't need to through virtual appliance. Why is that so? Are you there, Sunit, still? Okay, I'll answer anyway. So in the delimited file, SailPoint cannot. So where is your delimited file? Somewhere in a machine. Is SailPoint cloud connected to your machine? No, it is not. So that's why there is no connection between SailPoint and your delimited file. Whenever we go to delimited file connector, we have to import the file. So if I go to my any delimited file connector here, source, flat file, delimited file. So when I go to account aggregation, I have to import the file. Okay, so import accounts. When I click this, it will ask me to select a file. So this is not a direct connection. We are uploading the file. That's why you do not need VA or anything at all. So it is not a connection even. It is just like loading the file whenever you want to aggregate. It's soft, Shashikant. Just curious to know if you have built any sort of agentic AI-based automation in ISC or IAQ. Not yet, Shashikant, but I am trying for that. I couldn't get the time. Probably I'll be doing in the next couple of months. I'll definitely, whatever I'm doing, it will be public. Definitely, I'll explain it to you guys. Gaurav, in SailPoint, you know the default, yeah. In SailPoint identity now, the default total limit for access profiles and role combined is 30,000. While migrating. So we got it increased now to 50K. Yes. So from the beginning, there were limits, Gaurav, but no one cared about it. Recently, they have revised these limits as well. But yes.
Okay.
You can
Yeah,
talk to
we
them.
got this limitation in our project. So I just wanted to inform that, yeah, there is a limitation.
Not just this, there are for almost except I think most of the things there is a limit. Got it?
Okay.
See, identities we are paying. For identity we are paying, but there are objects that we are not paying. Example, roles, access profiles, right? We are not paying for them. When you take the number of sources you are creating target applications, you are not paying for that as well. SOD violations,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Right? So they want to put limits on everything. So they kept it. Maybe they will ask you to pay for it. So yes, there are limits.
Yeah, and the reason also is right now because of this limitation. So we are now, instead of the 3-layer approach, right? Role, access profile, and entitlement, we are planning to shift to the 2-layer approach, directly role and entitlement. Access profile, we are eliminating in between. And it is only like, for example, if